Ramanujacharya. So this is a very important bhajan. So Prabhupada once gave you a bhajan. Omagyan Krishnanam Jana Shaladaya Chakshurungitanme Tasmai Shri Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Vena Bhutare Swayam Rupa Kadamati Sudhati Swapadantiham Vandeham Shri Guram Shri Yudhavarakamam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Dharmapavitam Samsajivam Sajaitam Savadutam Kavigana Sanjam Krishna Chaitam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Lukale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhinamani Namaste Saraswate Vede Gaudavani Vicharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshapani Vancha Karmatarubhascha Kripasindhudhyayevascha Paritanam Bhavebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Devataya Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namye Gaurakrishna Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Namaste Taptakanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sate Pranami Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravantavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada once he was mentioning that when he was going in a train, that time, some people came and asked for blessings, and then Prabhupada had other brahmachari disciples next to him. So he told that this is my blessings. Do you want? And then those people ran away. So they wanted some blessings for some material benefits. So generally the like outside people, so their view of sadhu is that he can why to go to doctor, why to do some endeavor in some working and making money and things like that. You just go take blessings from sadhu, everything you will get. No one-stop solution. So like that. So but then this bhajan actually very nicely describes what is that we can expect from a Vaishnava sadhu, like a sadhu. So here today we are going to see. Already we saw, and again we will go there, and we will take darshan of Ramanujacharya, we will take darshan of many other shrines in the temple. So one of the prominent things that you will see is that the Vaishnavas who contributed to these temples, and because of them these temples are there, and also especially Ramanujacharya's contribution. So it's really very amazing. So we will discuss Ramanujacharya's pastimes in a short while. So but then what do we pray for? When we if we see the pranam mantras, like all the pranam mantras of the great devotees which are there in our Mangalacharan prayers. So all of them consist of two very important things. One is the qualities of the personality, and then the activities of the personality. So with this, when we discuss about and remember these things, so we will actually be able to have the manifestation of these personalities. So they will be ready to, readily available to us, and they'll be asking what blessings you want. So like one is to invoke their presence, another is to rightly take advantage of their presence. What do we actually ask for? So that is something which is very nicely presented here in this bhajan. So the first stanza is O Vaishnava Tatu. So calling out to the Vaishnava, O Venerable Vaishnava, Daya Sagar. So you are an ocean of mercy. O Edashe Karuna Koli. So to be to me your servant, Edashe, like we are introducing ourselves as your servant. So whenever we go in front of the acharyas, so it's not that generally like in this world, if you want to buy something, you don't need to be servant of somebody to get something. You just pay some money and you get the product. But then here the transaction is like we go in front of the Vaishnava and then we accept ourselves as a servant, right? And how do we address males in ISKCON? Prabhu, right? So how Sri Vaishnavas address? No. Sri Vaishnavas, how do they actually address? Swami and all. So, but one prominent thing is that instead of addressing the person opposite, they actually address themselves. So, address themselves as Adiye. Adiye means your servant. So they call themselves as Adiye. Adiye means your servant. So your servant is asking this. Your servant wants to do this. Like that. So they used to call themselves as Adiye, and then in that reference they would actually speak. So here it is there in our system also. All of the devotees actually get Das name. So that same thing is there in other paramparas also. Right? So that is the primary thing. And so sometimes when we discuss this topic, sometimes devotees ask, Prabhuji, we are not expected to be in the mood of servitude. We are in Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, and we have higher rasas, so like Sakya Rasa, and then Vatsalya Rasa and Madhurya Rasa. So too much identifying ourselves as a dasa, will it be a problem? Will it be a problem in later part. Sometimes some people tell that, oh, you people are following the Vayadi Sadhana Bhakti. So Vayadi Sadhana Bhakti can take you to Vaikuntha only. So you need to have Raganu Sadhana Bhakti, or you need to have different kinds of a sadhana, to achieve the goal of Vrindavan. So these are all some of the confusing bouncers or yonkers for the devotees, and sometimes they get confused. I'm doing so much and I'll get only Vaikuntha. As if Vaikuntha is something like very cheap. So, but then, okay, so how to reconcile this? How do we reconcile? So we identify ourselves as too much in the Dasya Bhav, then like our development of even higher rasa will be a problem, right?
Only after becoming a good rasa is possible to progress.
Yeah, so this is very nice, this one, that Dasya Rasa is the basic rasa, and when we go to the Sakhya Rasa is a top up on top of Dasya Rasa. And then when we go to, Vatsalya, it's a top up on top of this rasa. So in this way, every rasa actually builds on top of the previous rasa. And the basic identity, that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says, Jivara Swarupa hai Krishna Nityadas. So our basic identity is we are servant of the Lord. And what kind of servant, that can be decided. That the various rasas can be, it will manifest at the later point in time. So specifically in the stage of bhava and prema, that is when the rasa clarity actually comes to a devotee. So till the time of anartha nivritti is finished, one is expected to follow the Vayadi Sadhana Bhakti, that is Vidhi Purvaka Sadhana Bhakti, very very strictly. So then after that, based on the inclinations, so based on further guidance from the advanced devotees, a devotee may take a particular path. So here we see that, so Edashe Karuna Kori, so please be merciful to this servant of yours, and Diya Padachaya, Sodamhe Amaya, Tomara Charana Kori. So Diya Padachaya means like, please give your shade of your lotus feet. So what does it mean? Shade of lotus feet means? So what does it mean actually? Taking shelter. Taking shelter of the Vaishnava. So taking shelter means what? Immediately 6 things should come to our mind. Shelter means. What are the 6 things? Accepting things that are favorable to Krishna, rejecting that are not favorable to Krishna, and then like having the feeling that this personality, this my spiritual master or this Vaishnava, this Acharya, he can actually protect me, and then like he is my maintainer, and maintaining a mode of humility and offering everything of one's possession in their service. So this is the practical meaning of taking shelter. Taking shelter is something like going ऐसे जोक बता रहा था. Surrender means sir under देना है. मोहब्बत के नीचे एक और कुटिया बना के उधर रह जाएंगे. ऐसा नहीं बनता है. So surrender means like these 6 items have to be practiced. So when these 6 items are practiced, then it is practically called as shelter. And Diya Padachaya, Soda hai Amaya. So that is purify me, please. So that he can do. And then Tomara Charana Dori. I humbly hold your lotus feet. So this is the first stanza. And second stanza is onward, second and third stanza, and even the fourth stanza. All these next 3 stanzas are what do we actually ask from? What do I consider as mercy? From the spiritual master. So that is very clearly mentioned. So here it is mentioned Chaya Vega. So Vega means urges, 6 kinds of urges, and Doni. So that means control. Like, please help me control the 6 kinds of urges. So what are the 6 kinds of urges?
Eating.
Yeah. So this next slokas are going to be on this line only. So this is from the nectar of instruction. So like 6 passions, like 6 urges, that needs to be controlled. And next is 6 doshas. Please, help me control or subdue the 6 doshas. 6 faults. What are the 6 faults? Kama, Krodha, Loka, Ramanujacharya, right? So that way. And then Chaya Guna Deho Dasya. So what are the 6 qualities, good qualities? What are the 6 good qualities? Hmm? I'm not sure. I don't know that exactly. So, but whatever is the 6 qualities, no, we'll ask. So it is anyways good. So then, so Deho Dasya, please give to your servant. And Chaya Satsanga, so 6 kinds of good holy association. So that's again in the Dadati Kali Vinati Vidya and then 6 kind of things like favorable to Krishna. That is also there in the letter of instruction. Right, so what are the 6 favorable things?
That is 6 doshas.
Utsaha, Nishaya, Dhairya, Tattvam, Pravardhana, Sangajatos, Solomati, Shraddha, Bhakti, Prasiddhi. So these 6 things. And then Chaya Satsanga. So Chaya Satsanga is the next shloka. So this talks about Dadati Kade Gunati Vidyamati Prachati Munte Bode Prachati. So and Deho, like Deho He Amara Doshiche Sangera Asya. So please give me these good things. I have sat down here of having your company in great hope, right? So a devotee is actually asking for these things. So the actual thing that is keeping us away from Krishna is this 6 urges. So whenever we have urge of the tongue, to speak, and it can actually glorify Krishna or it can actually work against Krishna. Right? Only 2 ways that are there. And then all these urges which are there, which is actually going to take us away from Krishna. So when we control these urges and when we control the bad qualities and then develop good qualities, so that is when Krishna will become attracted to us. So it is mentioned when we perform the devotional service, so over a period of time it is expected that we develop good qualities. And these qualities of the devotee is what actually attracts Krishna. Otherwise Krishna is not attracted by just any sadhaka. So like I have done chanting for 100 years, so then Krishna has to accept me now. Nothing like that. So in fact it is mentioned in the Chaitanya, I don't know if it's Chaitanya Chaitanya, but it's Bahujanma Kari Yadi Shravana Kirtan Tabuna Payave Shri Krishna Charan. So even if after performing the Sankirtan for many lifetimes, but still one may not attain Krishna. That means he is performing with offenses. So then one may not attain Krishna. So it requires these good qualities to be manifested, and that means the bhajan is performed in a non-offensive way, and then with a desire to attain Krishna. So then these kind of good qualities will manifest. So then Krishna will be attracted to such a devotee. So then this is an amazing thing. Ekaki Amar Nahi Paya Bala Harinama Sankirtan. So alone I cannot perform Harinam Sankirtan. So this is a very important conclusion that needs to be understood. So on our own, we will not be able to achieve any spiritual assets. For achieving spiritual assets, we always need grace. So without the grace of the Lord, without the grace of the spiritual master, it's completely impossible for us to attain any spiritual pressures. So spiritual pressure means we need to have grace, and here we see that Ekaki Amar Nahi Paya Bala Harinam Sankirtan. Alone I cannot execute this Harinam Sankirtan. So this is true for our daily sadhana, daily practice. So be it chanting or reading or deity worship. So always we should have this one because of my spiritual master, because of Srila Prabhupada, because of all the Vaishnava Acharyas. By their mercy I am able to do this devotional service. If not for them, how will I be able to get this opportunity to do this devotional service? And without their mercy, we will not be able to actually have a feel of these devotional service. So when we were taking this topic, one devotee was asking how we can practically you say that we need to offer gratitude to these acharyas. So we have just seen them in the photograph. Practically whom will you get gratitude, feeling of gratitude? Whom will you get?
Whom we have seen in person.
Whom we have seen in person, And what else? Gratitude if it has to come towards somebody.
They have done something for us.
They have done something for us. So what have these acharyas done for us? No? So one is that the bhakti is preserved till now. So that means these acharyas have practiced and propagated in their time. So that is how like they are able to get it. And practically how acharyas are going to help us now. So these are all transcendental personalities. So even now when we went to Ramanujacharya's Sannidhi, so there we saw the actual form of Ramanujacharya, the actual body of Ramanujacharya is still preserved. And Ramanujacharya is incarnation of the Ananta Sreshta. So, and he's not none other than Balaram and Lakshmana. So in the Pastimes, we will see that like when Lakshmana was born, so he was glowing like in great effulgence, and that's how his name was given as Lakshmana. And in the same way, when Ramanuja was born, he was also glowing, very very effulgent. And by seeing that, so he was given this name. Like actually, he's called as Ilaya Perumal. So Ilayavar means like in Tamil, younger person. So Mudiyavar, Ilayavar, like that. These two words are there. So Ilaya Perumal means like the younger brother of the Perumal. Perumal was the Supreme Lord. So and Rama Anuja. Rama Anuja means, what is the meaning of Rama Anuja? Younger brother of the Lord Rama. So that's the name that is given to Ramanujacharya. So like these are all transcendental personalities, and they always exist. Just by remembering them, just by remembering their name, just by remembering their qualities and pastimes, so we can actually invoke their presence. And when they are there, like present, so what are we going to ask? So my spiritual master has asked me to chant the names of Krishna, but I will not be able to do it alone. I need your grace, I need your mercy. Please be merciful so that I can actually practice this Harinam Sankirtan very nicely. And Tumi Kripa Kuri Shraddha Bindu Diya, Devo Krishna Manokani. So like this is, you please be merciful and give me a drop of faith. So faith is a very very important transaction. So in the in our journey to Krishna, so what are the different steps that are there? Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Vajana Priya, Anartha Nivritti, all these steps are there. So what is the steps? Like what is the progression that is happening? It's actually progression of faith. Like we are actually progressing on the path of faith. As the faith increases, our clarity on the subject matter increases. As the faith increases, we will be able to get Krishna more strongly. Now in this, there is one nice bhajan is there, which is Nadia. So that Namahata, what is the Shraddha Mulya Shuddha Nam Se Hatete Vikaya. So this is Namahata means like Bono Sukya. So this is Shraddha Mulya Shuddha Nam Se Hatete Vikaya. So there is this Namhat means marketplace of holy name, and this marketplace is being opened, and then Nityananda Prabhu is the master of this marketplace, and he is distributing or he is selling this holy name. And what is the cash that you give to purchase the holy name? It is Shraddha Mulya Shuddha Nam. How much Shraddha, how much faith you have got, that much you will be able to purchase the holy name. How much faith you actually invest, that much you will be able to get the spiritual treasures. And faith, where will we get the faith? From the spiritual master. So here the devotee is actually requesting, please give me faith, so that I can progress forward in this journey of Krishna consciousness. So they have Krishna Namadharani, so please give me the treasure of the holy name of Krishna. So already we have Krishna, already we are chanting the names of Krishna. And why is it that we are going and asking from a Vaishnava that please give the holy name, as if like we have never chanted also. So why are we asking like that? Here, actually, great devotee is actually singing. So why should he ask for holy name?
They have more faith than holy name, so we'll get it that.
Yeah. So they have more better revelation of the Lord. Because of their deep faith and intense practice of Krishna consciousness, they can actually give Krishna. So the Krishna that we see and the Krishna that we experience is of different level, and Krishna that they are experiencing is of different level. So we are asking for a different revelation of Krishna, right? So different level of revelation of actually Krishna. So in this way we see that Um, yeah. So here, Deva Krishna Nama Dane, and then so Krishna se Kamar, Krishna Dete Paro, Kamara Shakati Acha. So this is the powerful this one. And here we can actually see that Amito Kangal, Krishna Krishna Boli, Daika Pache Pache. So Kangal means what? What is the meaning of Kangal? Huh? Helpless, poor, very very poor and destitute person. Very very कुछ भी नहीं है कंगाल हो गया bankrupt हो गया no so kangal so what is this sort of now how can we say this prayer like all of us have nice bankroll and so all of us have like job security and things like that so how can we actually say that I am kangal
In the devotion,
spiritually bankrupt. So if I take my Japmala, I am not able to hear the names of the Lord clearly. That means I am Kangal. So if I am a rich person, so that means when I chant the names of the Lord, I should be able to hear the names of the Lord. So this is the richness. So richness means to have Krishna. And here it's very nicely put, Krishna is Tomar. So you are a very great rich person because you have Krishna with you. And Krishna Dete Paro. You have the capacity to give Krishna. Right? And then Kamara Shakati Ache. So Amito Kangal, Krishna Krishna Boli, Dai Chava Pache. So I am very very poor. I am chanting the names of Krishna and I am just simply running behind you. You please be merciful and you give me Krishna. Right? So because you have Krishna, you can actually give Krishna. So this is the mood in which when we go in front of the Acharya, so this is the mood in which we actually pray. When we go in front of Srila Prabhupada, when we go in front of our spiritual master, or like here we have come to this holy name. So when we go in front of Ramanujacharya, so we actually request the Lord, request the Acharya that you can actually give Krishna. So please give me intense faith towards the lotus feet of the Lord. Please give me intense faith in chanting the names of the Lord. So let me become like very very much attached to the worship of Krishna. So in this way, like we should actually pray to the Acharya. So now we'll discuss a little bit of pastimes of Ramanujacharya, and then we will go to the temple again, and we will have darshan, and we'll come back for lunch. So here Ramanujacharya is said to have appeared in 1017 CE. CE means 80, right? So 1017 CE, and he lived till 1037. So that means how many years he lived? 120 years. Like very very long span of life. So yesterday we were discussing that no Acharya have lived so long. So this one Shankaracharya he lived for 32 years, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 48, 24 in Navadvip and 24 in Puri. And in that 24, 6 is in South India. So like that, that's the revision. And all many acharyas like Madhvacharya, he didn't stay for a long time. So and then Madhvacharya, how many of you have gone to Udupi? Like in the place where Madhvacharya disappeared, so like that place where what is it? The Rupya Pika, like what is that temple? Ananteshwar temple. In the Ananteshwar temple, so there is when we go inside on the left hand side, so just when we take right, so there is a place where there is Madhvacharya used to sit and give his pravachan. So he was giving pravachan on his favorite Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, and then suddenly so there was shower of flowers from the top, and then the flowers covered it, and when the disciples searched for him, he just vanished. So actually it is not disappearance. It is mentioned that he disappeared from here and he went to the lotus feet of the spiritual master. Who is the spiritual master? Vedavyas. So he actually went to the lotus feet of the spiritual master. So in that way, he disappeared. So he also did not spend so much time as Ramanujacharya actually spent. So in fact, Ramanujacharya, he spent bulk of his time in Srirangam, and then during the oppression, when Chola kings actually oppressed the Lord, so that also we will see, he went to Melkote. And then both of these places, you will see a similar kind of organization that he actually made. So center is the temple, and temple is very gorgeous. And then around that, he actually made different agraharas, like where Brahmanas live, Kshatriyas live, and then Vaishyas and Shudras. So like that, he actually made this one. And he organized. He's a great social reformer. It is mentioned. He's a great social reformer, and also like the philosophy. Now, what is the philosophy of Ramanujacharya? Huh? What is that? Soul and Supreme Soul is separate. Only that much means it is Mother philosophy. So like Madhvacharya teaches like this, Soul and Supreme Lord is always separate. But then Ramanujacharya's philosophy is a little more. What is that? At least what is this philosophy called? Vishishta Advaita. Advaita is Shankaracharya. So Vishishta Advaita. Vishishta Advaita means special oneness. There is special oneness. Actually, the Supreme Lord and the living entity is different. But then there is oneness also. That is why Ramanujacharya's philosophy is very, very close to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Achintya Veda philosophy. So it is mentioned that when Jiva Goswami, he used to take citations from various acharyas, and he used to, like when he is compiling this one. So when he takes Shankaracharya's this one, there is opposition is there, and some points of Shankaracharya he appreciates also. And Madhvacharya's points when he takes, he generally offers his commentary and things like that. But when Ramanujacharya's points are taken, it is taken as it is, because it is very much in sync with our philosophy. So Vishishta Advaita and the Achintya Veda philosophies are like very much in very close. So in that way, Sri Vaishnava philosophy actually matches with the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy to a great extent. And then he was very, very liberal also. So he accepted disciples from any quarters. It's not that only Brahmanas he would accept. So he was very much liberal in accepting his disciples. And he was a great influencer. In fact, the whole of South India, whatever culture we are seeing, it is because of the effect of Ramanujacharya. So that's how powerful his contributions are. So then, he, as I mentioned, when he was born, he was very, very effulgent. And then, that's why he was given this name of Laya Perumal and Ramanuja. And then he was, when he was a small boy, at that time himself, he lost his father, and he was living with his mother in Kanchipuram. So before Kanchipuram, where he was born? Where he was born? Sriperumbudur. It's mentioned as Srivallikuttur or Sriperumbudur. Yeah, Sriperumbudur. So that's where he was born. And then, so he was in Kanchipuram, and in the Tamil, here we call as the devotee who is very dear to Kanchipuram. Who's the Lord of Kanchipuram? Lord of Kanchipuram? Varadaraj Perumal. So Varadaraj means, what is the meaning? He is the king of bestower of benedictions. Kuch bhi mangenge, he is the best of the givers. If you want at all anything you should go to him. So he is the best of the givers actually. And there, so one very dear devotee of Lord Varadaraj was there. So which Raghunath Maharaj actually in his classes mentions as Kanchipurna. So but in South India, here Vaishnavas actually call him as Tirupachinambi. So and so he was in a talking terms, and then with the Lord Varadaraj, he could actually able to converse with Lord Varadaraj. So he was very, very great devotee. So young Ramanuja, he actually got association of this Tirupachinambi also. And then so when he was just 16 years old, he mastered all the Vedas and Shastras. And at the age of 17, he married his wife. And then, he was, when Ramanuja was young, so he was placed under, he was sent to Gurukul. And at that time, this is a Vaishnava family, but then still, so there was, the Vaishnavism was not still very strong, in the South India. So they had to send Ramanuja to a Advaitan school. No, like, and he had a spiritual master by name Yadav Prakash. So this Yadav Prakash was number one, like Advaitin philosopher, so Mayavad philosopher, and he would serve, Ramanuja would very nicely serve and learn the Shastra, from him. So, but then many times these contradictions actually come. So, like the spiritual master will explain the Advaita philosophy. So, but then Ramanuja is like very much dear to the Lord, and he would always have contradictions, and he would always argue with his spiritual master. So, like this particular aspect, this even Yadav Prakash was feeling like, ये बंदा like इतना intelligent है, like आगे जाके he will establish Vaishnavism. So he will defeat the Mayavad philosophy. So in that way, like he used to sometimes feel afraid also. So sometimes he used to feel afraid also. And there are many times Yadav Prakash actually plotted to kill Ramanujacharya. So like one time it so happened that some disciple of Yadav Prakash, he actually came and asked for some clarification in a shloka, which describes the beautiful form of the Lord. And it describes the reddish hue of his lotus lips. And then Yadav Prakash actually gives the interpretation that it is just like a reddish portion of the hind portion of a monkey. So that's a very for them it doesn't matter. Every matter is a matter. How does it matter? so but then because Brahma Satyam and Jagat Nitya, so anything can be taken for example. So but then Ramanuja, he was at that time massaging the feet of his spiritual master Yadav Prakash, and he could not tolerate his this kind of explanation, and he started started crying, and hot tears actually fell on the feet of his spiritual master, and it was actually burning. And then spiritual master immediately got up and asked what's this, you're pouring hot water on my leg. So no, I'm crying. So why are you crying? Because of the explanation that you have offered. So then Yadav Prakash says if you are so great a scholar and you have a difference of opinion in my explanation, you give an explanation. And then Ramanuja gives an amazing explanation of how it is reddish like a lotus flower. So like that. So in this way, there used to be so much of tug of war that used to happen, and then the spiritual master, he attempted to, there was a bahana made to go for a long trip, and then in the trip, Ramanuja was supposed to be drowned on a particular river. So, but then another disciple of Yadav Prakash, he had some kind of soft corner towards Ramanuja, and he told in the night that our spiritual master is planning to kill you in this way, tomorrow morning or tomorrow. So you better be careful. So in the night itself, Ramanuja actually escaped from that camp, and then he was wandering in the forest, and suddenly there is no young boy, no direction. Now at least if you go to this temple, so there is a reference mark. The big gopuram where it is there, it is south. And then the white gopuram where it is there, what is the side? East. We have some directions. So in the forest, an unknown forest, if you just go inside, so where you will find direction? Completely bewildered, right? So but then, so in the Sharanagati, we saw Dakshayashiti Vishwasha. So that means what?
So what will that Krishna will
Full faith that Krishna will protect, and definitely Krishna protects. And here, the Lord actually comes as an old hunter, and hunter and his wife, and then they tell Ramanuja, you please come and take rest in the night, in our house, and then in the daytime, in the morning you can actually proceed further. So in the morning we will tell you how to actually get out of this place. So Ramanuja takes rest, and morning he gets up, he's there in Kanchipuram. So then he understands that this is none other than the Supreme Lord himself. Actually came to protect him. So then so it is also mentioned that this great personality called Ramanujacharya that is there, he was the Acharya of the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. He was a very, very powerful Acharya, and he could able to hold the faith of all the followers of Sri Vaishnava. And then he was worried, how will this parampara actually continue? There are many other disciples are there, but still he was looking for a very powerful Acharya. So at that time, So he got to know about this boy, who is there in Kanchipuram, and he is like very, very exalted devotee. And then he even came to Kanchipuram, and he had an opportunity to meet Ramanuja, but no, they could not able to cut a conversation. So he actually went back, and always Yamunacharya is actually thinking about Ramanuja. So like even after some time, it so happens that like this one Yamunacharya actually leaves the planet, and that time, so before that it is mentioned that this so one important this one like the Tirukachi Nambi, he used to converse with Lord Varadaraj. So he was, Ramanuja was very much in anxiety, how will I be delivered, what will happen to me and things like that. So there was one thing that, we should go and meet Yamunacharya. So in that way, they actually used to go to Srirangam. Srirangam is the place, headquarters of Sri Vaishnavism, and the Yamunacharya and all the Acharyas, they actually stay here. And Ramanuja is in Kanchipuram, so that's a different city. So now from Kanchipuram they actually come here, and when they come here they learn that Yamunacharya has already left his body. So but then he had 3 fingers folded like this. And when Ramanuja actually came there, so like everybody was surprised, like why Yamunacharya's fingers are folded like this. So but then when Ramanujacharya came, so like he spontaneously he just told, like when the funeral procession was going on, so spontaneously he just told that that he would write a commentary on the Veda Vyasa's Brahma Sutra, that is, he would write a commentary on Vedanta Sutra. So then one of the fingers actually opened up, and then he told that he would perpetuate the memory of Vyasa and Parasara. So these two are very great personalities. Who is Parasara? Vyasadev's father, is Parasara. So like then the next finger also opened up, and then the third one is he would strive to propagate Vishishta Advaita on the lines of Narayana Prabhu, on the lines of the teachings of the Alvars. The Alvars were the predecessors of Ramanujacharya. So like amongst the Alvars there is Nammalvar is there, and then after that further down, like in 2 generations, Ramanuja actually comes. Before that Yamunacharya comes. So these, when he was making this statements, Yamunacharya's fingers are getting opened up one by one. So then all the disciples of Yamunacharya, so they also understood this Ramanuja actually, he is the one who could understand the mind of our spiritual master. So he is the one who should succeed our spiritual master. So in this way, like all of them unanimously, they actually come to a conclusion. But then Ramanujacharya goes back to Kanchipuram and he's continuing his services there. And but then here discussion is happening in Srirangam that we should get this great personality. They have a very peculiar problem. The problem is, so they identified Ramanuja as the next great Acharya. All of us should work under him, even great sannyasis, and everybody is agreeing that. But then he is not even initiated. The problem is not even initiated. So they have a meeting and they decide. One of them, that is, I think the Periyanambi. So like one of them, they would go to Kanchipuram, and they would initiate Ramanuja, and they would bring him and make him the what is that GR or the main head of the Mata. So this is their peculiar problem actually. And then the same time, Ramanuja was told by Varadaraj that you will get initiation. So Ramanuja is very much in anxiety. He was always taught that Yamunacharya is my spiritual master. But then before he can take initiation, he has passed away. So now how is he going to take initiation? So he was in so much of anxiety. And then Varadaraj speaks that the Periyanambi will come and or you should go to Srirangam and you should take initiation. And from there the Periyanambi is coming, and from here Ramanuja is going, and both of them meet in middle way. And then there spiritual master actually says that let's go to Kanchipuram in front of your Ishtadev, like Varadaraj, we will have initiation ceremony. So but then Ramanuja will say that what is the guarantee? What is the guarantee of what?
That we will be alive.
Yeah, what is the guarantee that we will be alive till then? So please give me initiation immediately. So this is one very amazing, this one. that a disciple should have a great eagerness, to accept the shelter of the lotus feet of spiritual master, right? So Ramanuja, even though he was a great, already pre-born devotee, pre-born acharya, but still, he is actually showing by his personal example how eager we should, to take shelter of a spiritual master, right? And then, so in this way, Ramanuja was established, and after Ramanuja was established, later on, even the Yadav Prakash, his previous spiritual master, so who was from Advaita line, he also went and took shelter of Ramanuja. He also became his disciple. The Guru becomes disciple of his disciple. So like that. So then, so Ramanuja would actually go around and he would take Diksha. So one time, when Ramanuja was taking Diksha, somebody who's envious, he actually mixed poison, and then, he gave him the Diksha. And then later on it understood, whatever Diksha comes, it will be offered to the Lord and then only it will be honored. So when Ramanuja understood, there was a poison that is there, in the Diksha, he actually fasted, for maybe a day or two. And then, so though Ramanuja is a great acharya, he is a revered personality, but still, whenever he used to see his spiritual master, he would offer obeisances, and there was an instance where, when it is understood his spiritual master actually is arriving, so he actually ran towards him, and in the hard sand he actually offered obeisances to his spiritual master. So, but that was his actually Guru Bhakti, that he had. And then there is also another very startling kind of this one that is there, Vikon that is there. So Ramanuja was going to one of his godbrothers of his spiritual master, who was supposed to give him one great mantra. Okay, so now you will find the pastime here. I have very vague memory of the past Shravanam. So basically, Ramanuja, he traveled far and wide in the India, and then he re-established the worship standards everywhere. And then yesterday, we discussed about how he was trying to re-establish the standard in Jagannath Puri, and then Jagannath actually kicked him, and then he came to Kshetra near to Srikakulam. And then, so Ramanuja also, during the time of his visits, he went to Tirumala. And Tirumala, the deity is being worshipped since very long time. So, but then suddenly there was a confusion, whether it is deity of Lord Shiva or deity of Lord Vishnu. So, and then Ramanuja actually worshipped and then prayed to the Lord. And there was all the articles that was kept, Shankha Chakra and Trishul and Damru and things like that. And then in the night it was kept, and in the morning actually Lord accepted the Shankha Chakra. In that way, it is clarified that it is the form of Lord Vishnu. And then there is a very tragic scene that actually happens. So when Ramanuja, during the time of Chola king, so one of the Chola kings, he was very, very ardent follower of Lord Shiva, and he wanted to establish Shaivism as the ultimate. And then so his ministers told that only one problem for your propagation of Lord Shiva's principle is that this personality called Ramanuja. Till the time he is there, you cannot propagate Shaivism. No, that's impossible because he is very, very powerful Vaishnava and his preaching is really, very strong. So then the king actually called for Ramanuja to come to his court and then have a debate with his priest. So then his disciple, the Pura Karna, he understood that this is a plot, and he and Ramanuja's spiritual master, so both of them, so they actually disguised, the Pura Karna actually disguised himself as a sannyasi. He was a grahastha, but then he wore Ramanuja's clothes, and then he disguised and went to the court, and then Ramanuja was put on the grahastha clothes, and then he was extricated from the Srirangam. And that is when Ramanuja actually came to Melkote. He spent his time there in Melkote. And then during this time, so there was a debate. In the debate, actually, Pura Karna actually was having upper hand, and he could not able to tolerate, and he actually pierced the eyes of these personalities. And in that in that time, the spiritual master of Ramanuja, he actually lost his life, and then this Kuresh actually, he lived, for some time to meet his spiritual master later on. So, and in this way, Ramanuja actually, he went around and so he made a lot of transformations, and so Ramanuja, as he gave the promise to his spiritual master, that is Ramanujacharya. So he wrote a Bhashya, Sri Bhashya, and then he to perpetuate the glory of Vyasa and Parasara, he asked one of his disciples to name his further descendants as Vyasa Tirtha and Parasara Tirtha. So in that way, that was put forward, and all the instructions which was given by Ramanujacharya and later personalities, he actually fulfilled. And there are many wonderful glories that are there about Sri Ramanujacharya. So, but this the form that we are actually going and seeing is practically the original body of Ramanujacharya, and he being the divine personality, he can actually bless us even now. So we should be very, very grateful to the Supreme Lord. We should be very grateful to Srila Prabhupada that by their mercy we are able to get opportunity to come to this holy Dham and get the opportunity to take darshan of such great personalities. And we should actually beg and pray to these great personalities that please give me faith, please give me taste in the chanting of names of the Lord, and please make me a devotee who is intensely attached to the lotus feet of the Lord. So in this way we should actually offer our prayers to Acharya. So with this I pause the discussion here. So we will have a small kirtan, and then we will proceed towards the meditation.
Let me come back to this.
Thanks. So we will just do our another favorite kirtan in the praise of Lord Jagannath. So which says that Neela Chalesham Chakra Dada Padmada. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachidananda Tribhuvan Karaja Charana Bandha.
Jai Jai Jagannath Sachidananda
Tribhuvan Karaja Charana Bandha. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachidananda Tribhuvan Karaja Charana Bandha. Jai Jai Jagannath Leela Chale Shankar Chakra
Jai